Spawn number 349. We are one away from 350. Wow. I remember getting Spawn number 1 off the rack. It was at a convenience store. And I remember I missed issue 2 or 3 and I was so devastated. And then I had to find a comic shop. And back when I was younger, it was really tough because the nearest comic shop was a couple of bus transfers away, a bus ride and a transfer away. And I didn't have a car, and it wasn't like, my mom was really busy with work and everything. It wasn't like I could just go to the comic shop anytime. It was like maybe once every couple of months we'd, make the trek out there. And I remember trying to get, I think it was issue 2. I had issue 3. I had like 1, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's crazy to think that this is now 350. I do have the first 40 issues, and then I started back with 300. But I love Spawn. If you've been following my channel, I've been reviewing all the Spawn titles as they come out. I like all 4 of them. They're all $2.99, best deal in comics right now. Great quality covers, good cardstock, good pages. We're going to review this comic using my space system. So story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get. If I give this a 10 out of 10, I'm not saying it is better than Giant Size X-Men number 1 or V for Vendetta or something, or Dark Knight Returns. I am reviewing this based on its expectations. It's a Spawn comic. You're going to think big action, big art, lots of art, huge guns and weapons and blood, and how well does it deliver on those promises? I'm going to give the storyline a 1. I like the storyline here. It is continuing on with this battle for the throne of hell. This one sort of progressed it a little bit. The only reason I'm not giving it a full 2 is that I feel like, again, this is just a battle. It did progress the story. Maybe I could give it a 1.5. I'm close because it does progress the story in one aspect of it, and which is at the very, very end with Cataclysm and Sin. They do kind of have their little battle. So you know what? I'm going to give it a 1.5. It does continue. It does push the story forward. So this is one that is important, at least in the end. So I won't give it a full 2 because it really wasn't doing anything till the very end, but where you finally have a conclusion to that. But yeah, great stuff. I'm really enjoying this. It's just, it's getting really cool. Look at this guy. Wow, I just saw this. That's awesome. So anyways, for the pacing, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. This is fast paced. It's all fighting. I love when there's a battle going on and there's story going on within the battle. You get to see all the different factions, like what they're thinking, what they're doing, their strategies, right? Not a lot of Spawn in this one as much. You got a little bit here. Spawn was making his trek to hell, and then he kind of gets there. So there's that, but like this is awesome. I got 2 out of 2 for pacing. And for the artistry, I'm giving it 2 out of 2 for the art. Again, I'm not saying this is better than Jack Kirby or Neil Adams or something. What I'm saying is that for a Spawn comic, you have expectations of the art being amazing, and they definitely met and exceeded those expectations. The art is great here. I love all this. It's a beautiful comic. You know what else is beautiful? My channel sponsors products, which is beardedshirts.com. They make these amazing print all over shirts. This is the Legion of Superheroes. It continues on the back with other characters. So you got everybody on here. Superboy, my favorite. Yes. So my channel sponsor, beardedshirts.com. Check them out. The link is in the description. They have sales on all the time. If you decide to join the channel and become a Legionnaire, you are entered into a draw every month to win something from beardedshirts.com. And I definitely highly recommend grabbing some shirts from them. They've got DC and Marvel, not just Legion stuff. They got like Super Pets. You need a Super Pets shirt in your life. I can guarantee you that. All right, so let's get on to the characters. I'm going to have to give the characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5 here. Sin is on fire. I love Sin. The other characters, some of the guys from Heaven, I don't really care about. Cataclysm was like, okay. I still liked everybody, so I'm still giving it a 1.5, which is above the average score of 1. The 0.5 is going to Sin because he is just amazing. I got to get a statue or something or figure of this character. He's awesome. Green is my favorite color. So there's that. All the other characters were awesome, but Sin really is really amazing in this. His his like determination, like fierce determination. And at the end here, he's like, I'm gonna resurrect you and your son, and then I'm gonna torture you to death, and then I'm gonna resurrect you again. You're like, whoa, like, this guy's really mean. Yeah, the other characters are fine, so I'm giving it 1.5. I'm not giving it the full 2, but that's okay. And for enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 2. I loved this comic. I think it was amazing. It's a great cover. Cool cover. I think the Scorched this month was like beautiful. This was really good. So 9 out of 10. This is an amazing comic. Spawn is the record-breaking 300. Thanks, Todd. We didn't know this is a record-breaking comic. I wonder, it'd be helpful if you could remind us on every issue. But listen, it is. I remember, man, when I got issue 1, our minds were blown away. I was buying the Spider-Man title by Todd. I was getting X-Force by Rob. Obviously, Jim Lee was doing amazing things. The Image Boys, when they hit hard, and I bought all of it. I just soaked it all up. I think I was 15 or 16 at the time. Like, literally pinpoint target accuracy on my age. It's like, that guy, you see that guy right there? He likes Punisher and Wolverine and, whatever. My favorite character is Superman, though. So anyways, Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman are my favorite characters. But, like, this guy likes, a little bit of edge sometimes, like a Punisher or Wolverine. We're going to take all that. X-Men, we're going to take all that and friggin' inject it with, like, super steroids. And we're going to give you Image comics where every character is, like, some super badass. I think that's missing today, quite frankly. A lot of superheroes today, in today's comics, I'm not going to go on a rant on this, but they're just lacking that cool factor where you're like, they're talking about their feelings, they're upset over things, and it's like, I'm not asking every comic to be like an old 90s Image comic. What I'm asking for is, Frank Miller's Daredevil. We're covering those right now on a stream every Friday, Fearless Fridays. Frank Miller, it's Miller time on Friday nights. We're talking about Daredevil. And that wasn't big, crazy, huge guns and big gritting teeth and big, manga splash pages. That was just a well-made comic. Good stories, good characterization. Art was great, good cartooning. I'm not saying, like, okay, X-Force and Youngblood and Brigade and, like, Wildcats, that was different, and maybe people don't like that as much. Maybe it's too much action and big guns and whatever, not enough depth. Well, why is Frank Miller able to do it in Daredevil all those years ago, early 80s, way before any of this other stuff? I'm not saying every comic needs to be like an Image 90s comic. I'm saying every comic should be to the level of a Frank Miller comic. And yes, Frank Miller is awesome, but why can't other people be awesome? I don't get it. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly this every time. So there you go. But yeah, $2.99, best deal in comics. Spawn $3.49, 9 out of 10. Love it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like my space review system, please like the video, subscribe, share the video. My Spawn reviews get pretty decent views, but some of the other ones, Scourge, King Spawn, they're kind of lacking a bit. So check those out. And if you like them and share them, or even if you're not sharing the video, that's fine. Forget it. Tell people, like, if you're a Spawn person, tell them, say, hey, listen, are you getting the Scorched? Like, come on, get on this book, right? Get on Gunslinger, man. That book's like a masterpiece. Get on some of these comics. Like, Gunslinger doesn't get very many views either. Get on these books, right? Like, let's show the support for these guys. It's $2.99. This, like, you can get one DC book or 2 of these. Like, how about you bypass the crummy, the crummy Alan Scott book or whatever, right? Buy 2 of these, buy a Scorched and a Spawn, anyway. All right, everybody, that's it. Until next time.